Okay, so today we've got a problem we're going to try and sort out for this particular customer. When he takes flats and on some of the lights, it looks like light is bleeding past the filters inside the filter wheel, so hitting the chip on the camera, which is obviously no good. Now Atik have come up with a solution for it, and they've actually 3D printed some masks that are going to go around the edge of the filters to take up the gap in the filter wheel to stop the light bleeding through. So we're going to take all this off, take it in the office, strip it down and fit the masks, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that will be the end of his issues. Pretty simple operation to take it apart, pull the plugs, and that's that. And then all we've got to do is twist it off. Now we've already marked this because we've had it off in the past, so we've got pencil marks knowing where everything's aligned, and we're going to carefully just twist it off. Take the whole lot off, job done. So now we can take this into the office, onto the bench, and take it apart and see how these filters are going to fit. So what we've got is our filter wheel, all off on the bench. Now we're going to take it apart, have a look at the filters and have a look, see how these little 3D masks are going to fit. So these should go over where the filters are and take away any light that's getting past the filter and hitting the camera chip. Let's hope that works. So okay, first job is just to take the cover off, which is just a matter of these screws around the edges. The off-axis guide and everything can stay intact, and we just take this apart. Should take a second, that's all. My only concern is that the screws won't be long enough that are attaching the filters at the moment. And if they're not, then we're back to the drawing board once again. Picked up a couple of injuries the other day, changing brake hubs. Okay, we just carefully lift that off, or not. One of these is still there we go. Like that. Put that to one side. Okay, so what we've done is we've taken off the 3 screws that hold the filter, and we're going to attach this little kiddie underneath. Hopefully these are all going to line up, which they look like they do. The screws look like they'll be long enough, and then we just screw these back in, being careful not to touch the filters. We'll have to clean them afterwards, but if we can avoid getting too much dust and dirt, that's a good thing. And as you can see now, we've got a mask around the edge of the filter, which takes up the little gap, so that looks very promising to stop the light creeping underneath the filter, creeping down the side of the filter, should I say. But we'll test it and try it, that's all we can do. So we'll change all them over and put it all back together, see what happens. Okay, so all done, all back together, and we'll just reassemble this, being careful to get it back in its correct position, which is easy because we marked it just there. Redo the cables.